The power of focus: where your attention goes, your energy flows. Our thoughts have incredible power. They shape our perceptions, influence our emotions, and ultimately mold our reality. What we choose to focus on expands in our minds and in our lives. This is the essence of the saying, where your attention goes, your energy flows. Think about it. When you're absorbed in a task, time seems to fly by. Conversely, when you're dreading something, every minute feels like an eternity. This is because your focus amplifies your experience. This principle applies not only to time, but also to our emotions. Dwelling on a negative thought can make us feel increasingly upset, while focusing on something positive can uplift our mood. By understanding this connection between our thoughts and our reality, we can learn to harness the power of focus to create a more positive and fulfilling life. Amplifying emotions. Dwelling on thoughts and fueling feelings. Imagine this: you're stuck in traffic. It's a minor inconvenience, but as you sit there, your mind starts to race. You think about all the things you could be doing, the time you're wasting, and the frustration builds. The traffic jam hasn't changed, but your experience of it has. By dwelling on negative thoughts, you've amplified your frustration. The initial annoyance has morphed into something more intense. This is a simple example of how our thoughts can fuel our feelings. When we focus on something negative, we give it more power. We're essentially adding fuel to the fire of our emotions. The opposite is also true. If we choose to focus on something positive, even in the midst of a challenging situation, we can shift our emotional state. We can choose to see the opportunity for growth or the chance to practice patience. The spiral of negativity: how thoughts intensify emotions over time. The problem with dwelling on negative thoughts is that it often creates a vicious cycle. One negative thought leads to another, and soon we're caught in a spiral of negativity. For example, let's say you receive some constructive criticism at work. You might initially feel a bit discouraged. But then, if you continue to dwell on that criticism, your thoughts might spiral into something like this: I can't believe they said that. Maybe I'm not good at my job. What if I get fired? I'll never find another job. As you can see, the initial thought has now snowballed into a series of increasingly negative and unlikely scenarios. This is how our thoughts can intensify our emotions over time, leading to unnecessary anxiety and stress. The key is to catch these negative thought patterns early on and challenge them. Ask yourself if your thoughts are based in reality, or if they're simply fueled by fear and insecurity. Section 4. The Wisdom of Socrates, a Tale of Perception and Reality. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates once said, "The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be." This profound statement highlights the power of perception in shaping our reality. Socrates believed that true happiness comes from within, from aligning our thoughts and actions with our values. He understood that external circumstances are often beyond our control, but our perception of those circumstances is always within our power. A story about Socrates illustrates this point beautifully. One day, a man approached Socrates and said, "Do you know what I just heard about your friend?" Socrates replied, "Hold on a moment. Before you tell me, I'd like you to pass a little test. It's called the triple filter test. The first filter is truth. Have you made absolutely sure that what you're about to tell me is true?" The man shook his head. "No, I actually just heard it." Socrates continued, "All right, so you don't know if it's true or not. Now let's try the second filter, the filter of goodness. Is what you want to tell me about my friend something good?" Again, the man shook his head. "No, on the contrary." "So," Socrates interrupted, "you want to tell me something bad about my friend, but you're not even sure it's true. You may still pass the test, though, because there's one filter left, the filter of usefulness. Is what you want to tell me about my friend going to be useful to me?" "Well, no, not really," the man mumbled. "Therefore," Socrates concluded, "if what you want to tell me is neither true nor good nor even useful, why bother telling me at all?" Section 5. Shaping Your Reality Mindset and the Power of Perspective. The story of Socrates and the triple filter test highlights a profound truth. Our minds have a natural negativity bias, We're wired to focus on threats and dangers, a remnant of our evolutionary past when survival depended on our ability to spot potential hazards. However, in the modern world, this negativity bias often works against us. It can lead to anxiety, stress, and a diminished sense of well-being. That's why it's so important to cultivate a more positive and balanced mindset. Our mindset, or our habitual way of thinking, acts like a lens through which we view the world. If our lens is clouded with negativity, we'll see the world as a threatening and unforgiving place. But if we can clean our lens, so to speak, by shifting our focus to the positive, we'll start to see the world in a new light. We'll notice more opportunities, experience more joy, and feel more gratitude for the good things in our lives. Section 6. Cultivating positivity. Shifting focus to transform your life. Cultivating a positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring the challenges of life or pretending that everything is perfect. It simply means choosing to focus on the bright side, even when things are tough. Here are a few simple but powerful ways to cultivate more positivity in your life. Practice gratitude. Take a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small they may seem. Challenge negative thoughts. When you notice yourself dwelling on something negative, ask yourself if it's true, helpful, or kind. Surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with people who uplift you and engage in activities that bring you joy. Remember, your thoughts have incredible power. By choosing to focus on the positive, you can transform your mindset and create a more fulfilling life. As Buddha wisely said, we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts we make the world.